Welcome to this week's edition of Ridge News. I'm Marissa. Man, it's almost spring break. I can't wait to get out and get some sun. If you're struggling to come up with plans, don't worry. Here's Sierra with some places you can go over the break. Thanks, Sierra. Speaking of traveling, some PRP students recently attended the KUNA conference where they learned about different countries all over the world. Here's Charles with some highlights.
Are you ready? Are you ready to try? In a holy Mount Zion, you got to make your decisions, but don't wait too long.
Thanks, Charles. This week is the beginning of the NCAA Final Four tournament. Sports reporters Noah and Jacob are here with their analysis of the men's game.
Hello PRP, welcome to this week's edition of Ridge Sports. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Noah. This week we'll be talking about our Final Four predictions.
First game will be Loyola versus Michigan at 6:09, and following that will be Kansas versus Nova at 8:49.
Now let's get to our predictions.
For the Loyola versus Michigan game, I have Loyola heading to the championship. They've made it this far, and who wouldn't want to see the Cinderella story continue?
And for my prediction, I believe the run ends here. Michigan has an outstanding defense. They're ranked third in adjustment defense. I believe this will lead them to victory.
For the Kansas versus Nova game, I have Kansas going to the championship. Kansas just came off a huge overtime win against Duke, which was one of the best teams in the tournament. I don't think Nova will be able to pull off the victory because of Kansas' athleticism and defense.
And for my prediction, I'm going to have to agree with you, Jacob. Kansas, I don't think matches up with Nova well at all.
So for the recap, I have Kansas and Loyola in the championship.
I have Michigan and Kansas in the championship.
That's it for this week's edition of Ridge Sports. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Noah.
Have a good spring break, PRP.
Get ready for another round of Name That Staff Member with Nancy. For those of us who are staying in town for the break, let's take a close look at the weather with Maddie.
Maddie, the weather!
Oh shoot, the weather! Hey PRP, I'm Maddie. To start off spring break, tonight's weather will be cloudy with a high 54 and the low of 36. Tomorrow it will be cloudy with a high of 61 and the low of 38. For Easter and April Fool's Day, it will be cloudy with a chance of rain with a high of 51 and the low of 35. On Monday, it will be cloudy with a high of 60 and the low of 51. On Tuesday, it will be sunny with a high of 64 and the low of 43. On Wednesday, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 49 and the low of 33. Lastly, on Thursday, it will be cloudy with a chance of rain and the high of 59 and the low of 41. That's all for this week's weather. Have a good spring break, PRP. I'm Maddie. Back to you, Marissa.
Juniors, ring dance tickets will go on sale the week after spring break, and the cost is free if your dues are paid, but if you bring a guest, the cost is $60. As we end this week's show, let's take a look at some places some of you will be going over the spring break. That's all for this week's edition of Ridge News. I'm Marissa. Have a great week off, PRP.
For question of the week this week, we are asking, where are you going for spring vacation?
For spring break this year, we're going to Myrtle Beach to watch the baseball team in their tournament and to have fun. Woo!
So where are you going for spring break?
My bed.
Where are you going for spring break?
I'm going to visit my grandma in Bowling Green. And for spring break, I'll be playing Far Cry 5 because it just came out.
Where are you going for spring break?
I am going to my bed and falling asleep the entire spring break. It's going to be great.